What's going on, Hot Take Hockey? It's me, Fitty Trent, and ladies and gentlemen, it has already started. We're here. We've worked all the way from the season to this point. That's right, we're here at the Stanley Cup Final between who could have predicted the Las Vegas Golden Knights versus the Washington Capitals. No matter what happens after this series, you know that a team is going to win their first ever franchise Stanley Cup. It's exciting no matter what happens. Honestly, this game, it was super hyped up. Immediately, you're sitting down in front of the TV, watching a half an hour. That's right, a half an hour of intros before even the puck is dropped. It feels like it's like the Super Bowl of the NHL. They're just fully blowing this out of proportion, but honestly, they're just getting super hyped up in Vegas, and so they should be. Their expansion team making it all the way to the Stanley Cup Final. And Capitals, you should be proud. You had an amazing season, making it all the way to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since the 90s. So immediately, that first period starts, and physicality starts almost immediately. Everyone's throwing the body. Things are starting to get a little bit rough after the whistle here and there. And honestly, it's led a lot by Vegas. Vegas is just constantly getting underneath the skin of the Washington Capitals, which is what Vegas needs to do. Vegas, they have all the offense starting off in the game. Exhibit A, Washington only had one shot in like the first 12 minutes of the entire period. I honestly was texting Austin and the guys saying, is this it? Is Vegas, going to be able to sweep the Washington Capitals? It was looking atrocious. Then next, Burakovsky, he ends up taking a power penalty for the Washington Capitals, a cross-check call. And of course, Vegas, you can't give them an inch of room on that power play, because next they'll be fooling you. Colin Miller, he gets a goal assisted by Eric Howla, and then it's just all Vegas after that. Just shots, and more shots. And then one of the best tips we've ever seen in the Stanley Cup Final throughout this entire playoff so far, Brett Connolly, a beautiful tip right in between his legs, assisted by Ketney and Burakovsky. Yes, it's a goal past Marc-Andre Fleury. That's it. That's all that they need. They need a little bit more momentum. The Nicholas Backstrom, the guy that they think is all injured and can't shoot, he gets a goal assisted by Oshie and Varana, giving Washington a 2-1 lead near the end of the first period. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this might be it. This might be the turning point. But no, Vegas, that's right, William Karlsson, he comes back. He scores a goal to tie up the game just before the end of that first period. Second period starts, and Vegas starts off on the exact same note. That's right, Riley Smith, he scores a goal assisted by Englund and Marchessault. And then Varana, he has a very nice chance to tie the game on Marc-Andre Fleury. He shoots it, but Fleury stands tall to make a very, very solid save. Then on the opposite side of the spectrum, Holtby makes a save of the day, getting the puck right off that goal line. Yes, it was like an inch away from the goal line, but still, it could have been an easy goal, and any goalie would have panicked to try to dive over and make a spectacular save. But Holtby, very nice, very calm, very composed, just kind of pokes it away with his stick like there's nothing to it. And then Washington, they're ending up to tie up the game. That's right, Karlsson, John Karlsson, the future free agent, the top free agent defenseman this year. He comes in scoring, assisted by Oshie and Backstrom. And then, Vegas, they finally take the classic Pittsburgh Penguin penalty, too many men on the ice, a very sloppy call. But then Karlsson, he has a chance on the power play, and he hits the post, comes so close, but it just rolls up and hits the post. And then Perron immediately gets a chance right after that power play. But Holtby makes a beautiful stop on the cross-crease stop. And then Washington, they start amping up the pressure into the end of that second. But Fleury, he's up to the task for every single one of those shots. Third period starts, and who else to come in for the Washington Capitals? They need someone to take the lead in the game. But it is Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson scores their big grinder, assisted by Ovechkin and Kuznetsov. Ovechkin, he was getting super excited throughout the entire game, and he finally got to be in for one of those goals, so good for him. And then who else to score? Coming up next, the other grinder. That's right, Ryan Reeves. He scored an unassisted goal. Kind of got poked to him by Michael Kempney, but he's able to score a goal. Then John Karlsson, he hits his second post of the game, coming in on Fleury. Then Vegas Golden Knights, they get a bit of a scare there. Marchessault, he gets shaken up on, kind of a blindside hit by Tom Wilson, but nevertheless, he's able to get up on his own. He's able to do a little bit of a skate around. They put him in the silent room just for concussion protocol, but nevertheless, he's able to come back during this game. But during the entire time that he's lying down on the ice, Vegas Golden Knights, they come this close again to scoring a goal as Alex Tuch, He hits the crossbar. It literally hits his arm, rolls up on Holtby, hits Holtby in the side of the head, and then hits the crossbar, coming that close to scoring a goal. And then Washington, they both get offside minors. Wilson for interference, Perron for cross-checking. And during that 4-on-4, Holtby robs Bellemare on the goal line pretty much. Just a beautiful glove save. And then next, Vegas Golden Knights, their fourth line's been doing it all game. They've been the best line by far. Nosek, he gets a goal assisted by Theodore. And that's the time that, Vegas, this is the time that they finally took the lead back. Holtby, he flashes the leather again on Perron. And then things are getting intense. Things are going back and forth. Everyone's taking shots. Everyone's looking like they want to take that go-ahead goal, even though Vegas is in the lead. But nevertheless, Tomas Nosek, he gets his second goal of the game with 2 seconds left on an empty net for it to be the end of the game, end of times. 6-4 was your final score. Oh, my goodness. It was such an incredibly back and forth game. There were so many times that I honestly thought that, Washington was out of it. And there were even times where I thought Washington looked like the better team. So honestly, both these teams, I got to give my nod of approval, my nod of the head to both of them because they played so incredibly well. You look at the winners right now with the Vegas Golden Knights, and honestly, as I said, their fourth line was absolutely their best line. Ryan Reeves, Tomas Nosek, and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. All of them looked absolutely outstanding tonight. Definitely did not look like a fourth line at all. They were stepping up both physically, stepping up offensively, and stepping up big ways defensively as well. So I have to give my nod to all three of those guys because they played absolutely incredible. On the defensive end of their game, honestly, I'd say that Derek Englund had a very, very great game. I know that he led in points for the defenseman with 2 points. I also liked what Braden McNabb gave to this game as well. I saw him blocking a lot of shots tonight, which was nice to see. Lucas Spiza actually looked like a solid defenseman for once. He never did that with the Canucks, so it's nice to see him have a little bit of success tonight. Marc-Andre Fleury, this was probably his worst game in the playoffs just because he let in 4 goals, but honestly, he still played very, very solid so far during this entire game. Another player that really did not show up for me tonight, Cody Eakin. Honestly, this guy's usually your go-to guy with the faceoffs. Was only 50% tonight. Was a -1. Did not play outstanding tonight, if you ask me. Then you look at the Washington Capitals and Ovechkin. He was absolutely hyped the entire game, but I don't think it was his line that was the real winner. I think it was the Nicholas Backstrom, TJ Oshie, and Jacob Verana line. Those guys looked like they were constantly the first players on the puck for the Washington Capitals. They were constantly going after them, constantly hounding in the Vegas Golden Knights into their own zone. So honestly, for that line, I have to give them the nod as being that best line. Defensively, honestly, it looked like Carlson, he had 2 posts tonight, but he did have a goal. So if those 2 posts actually result to being goals, he would have had a hat trick tonight. So too bad for him, but he had an absolutely amazing night. Same with Dmitry Orlov. He definitely led the way offensively for the Washington Capitals during that game. Players that did not play as good of a game, in my opinion, honestly. Juice, I did not see him out there at all, absolutely at all. I'm surprised that he even played tonight. I mean, I'm looking at the stats, and it says that he played about 9 minutes. But for me, I didn't see him out there whatsoever. And for the forward side, I mean, tonight, honestly, Brett Connolly, besides that one really good tip, I mean, he really was not incredible during this game. I think he was kind of invisible. Jay Beagle, you usually see this guy win a lot more faceoffs. Yes, he led in faceoffs for his team with 69%, but you're used to seeing Jay Beagle lead with 80% faceoffs, even 90% faceoffs. So honestly, on that count, he was kind of not as good, but I don't think anyone had a bad game during this game. It's just no one had an outstanding breakout game except for that fourth line for the Vegas Golden Knights and except for the Oshie, Backstrom, Verana line for the Washington Capitals, who played absolutely amazing. For the next game, honestly, for the Washington Capitals, if they could tighten up that penalty kill percentage a little bit, because Vegas was 1 for 1 in that power play, then that would help you out tremendously during this game. Other than that, I mean, you guys played a very, very great, hard game. I love how you fought back because you guys looked like you were completely out of it for the first 10 minutes of that game, but you fought back to make it look like it was a very, very good game. For the Vegas Golden Knights, honestly, you guys are 3 wins away from the first ever Stanley Cup victory by an expansion team in their first year. So good for the Vegas Golden Knights if they can keep up what they're doing. If Ryan Reeves can keep on getting under the skin of the opposing players, and if Marc-Andre Fleury can play even sharper next game, then honestly, I do not see anything stopping the Las Vegas Golden Knights from winning this entire thing. We got a lot of commenters here right now that are live, like the great Aaron Lawson saying, "Go Las Vegas." Then we got Rob Iman saying, "What up? How's it going, Rob Iman?" Hi, Trent, go Capital, says Von Hook. I agree with Von Hook. I want to see Ovechkin win his first Stanley Cup, but honestly, I think it's going to be the Vegas Golden Knights in 6 games. Free baseball in Denver, says Rob Iman. Hey, can you say hi, Paul? What's going on, pal? Maladona, say hi to me. What's going on, buddy? I hope the Capitals win game 2, says Von Hook. That would definitely make it more of an intense series. Eller almost scored in the end of the game. Yes, he did. He had a very, very good opportunity. The puck just ended up jumping on him, and he basically had an empty net. So if he scored there, we would have had a live reaction for overtime, but unfortunately he did not. Do I like Tom Wilson, Von Hook? Honestly, I think Tom Wilson is overall one of the dirtier players in the league. I don't like him that much. I understand that if he's on your team, you love him. He's that kind of player. But when you're playing against him, he's constantly under your skin. For me, I think the most entertaining enforcer in the NHL left is definitely Ryan Reeves, the opposite guy to him on the Vegas Golden Knights, because he just seems like he's last at everything. He seems like he still loves the game, and he just understands why he's playing it, but he still likes to show his skill every once in a while. So Ryan Reeves, for me, he's that number 1 enforcer. But Tom Wilson, honestly, I think he's a little bit dirty. And I think, if you didn't have Ovechkin and Kuznetsov playing with him, he would be a 3rd or a 4th liner even on majority of the NHL teams. But overall, that's my thoughts on this game. Both Vegas and Washington played absolutely outstanding. Both goaltenders played mediocre, but overall, this looks like it's going to be an outstanding series. So if you guys want to see more from the series and from all the gang here on Hot Take Hockey, be sure to subscribe to Hot Take Hockey. Give it a like if you did enjoy it. And please do comment down below on what you want to see on Hot Take Hockey because, after the NHL Stanley Cup Final, we're in the off season. What do you guys want to see during the off season? Do you guys want to see top 10s? Do you want to see tribute videos? Do you want to see just a bunch of predictions every single day about the other teams? Let us know in the comments. Let us know everything and anything in the comments. And for all of us here on Hot Take Hockey, peace out and have a great night.